Do you guys think like a millionaire does? Now that's a good one because a lot of people say they want the millions, but you got to think like one first, right? So the question is, how do you react to problems, right? Do you try to become a problem solver in your life? Start with small things, or do you just take the problems that you have and blame it on the next person and let the next person control your life, right? Because if you can't take care of your own problems and your own issues, who will? Who will do it for you? Nobody. This is life, guys. You got to learn to think differently. And when you start to think differently, it's like a muscle that you build, and it's crazy how it works. Because once it gets strong, in reality, you don't need anybody. You can just kind of ask yourself a question and the answer will come. Guys, we know the answers to everything. Okay, so let me just kind of give you some examples and get you guys thinking a little bit. So how do, people that seek opportunities, what do they see, right? You want to kind of get into their mind and see how they think. So let's say we walk around somewhere and there's like a big disaster or weather storm or hurricane or something, that destroyed the city or the town. Somebody may walk in there and say, oh my God, everything is destroyed. Everything looks terrible. Everything looks horrible. And then there's another person that will walk in and say, wow, I can make this a beautiful city, even nicer than what it was. We can put houses here, put some stores here, maybe add a lake over here. They see opportunities in these things. People that are thinking like millionaires see opportunities in everything. Now, why is that important? Because 90% of the crowd just want to hop on the opportunity that they saw someone else do, right? Hop on the hot idea, the next hot topic, but now you're just competing with a whole bunch of people that are following a whole bunch of other minds. When you start to create and think differently, there is no competition. Think about it. If 90% of the world is kind of doing the same thing, and then the little 10% create and do their own thing, there is no competition. You're part of the 10% of the world that's so small. There is no competition. That's why when you raise your frequency, when you raise the way you think, there's so little people that raise their frequency. And you got to understand, once you get up there, there's less people up there. There's more opportunities because of there's less people out there. So when problems occur, do you blame the next person to do it for you? Or do you think of a solution? Like, how can I take care of this? Now, it may be hard. It may be something you never did before. But again, if you figured out an issue to a problem, you just figured out how to think. It'll give you a confidence boost. The next time a problem occurs, you're not even going to ask a friend or family member. You're like, okay, I got this. I can figure this out. So thinking is very, very important, guys. Think. Use your mind. It's a gift to you, guys. It's like all the information in the world is literally in your mind. How do you not accept that gift? It's crazy, guys. You got to stop using other people's minds. They can give you good ideas according to their life, not your life. You're on a different level. You have different issues. You see things differently. Everything is different. So their exact movements won't work for you. Even if you copy them exactly, you will still have to figure out your own way of doing things. So thinking is very, very important. And once you start to think, you start to ask questions. Now, why is this important? Because you start to ask questions like, okay, why is my life not going the way I want it to go? Don't ask your friends. Don't ask people out there. Don't ask people who don't have what you have, especially the people that don't have what you have. Okay, ask yourself, why is my life not going the way it's going? Okay, let me think about how my day goes. Let's see, today I went to work. Okay, I was pissed off all day. One person made a comment and I couldn't even concentrate. And now I have a bad day and it's like that the whole day. And because you didn't want to tune into a higher frequency, you didn't want to start thinking for yourself. You see that? So in the morning time, if you wake up before you go to work and tell yourself, it's an amazing day. Let's think about the day before it even happens. It's like, wow, I'm gonna walk into work, it's gonna be a good day, everything's gonna go smooth, I won't let anything bother me. And then you go in and you just took control of your day. Literally, you just controlled your day versus someone else just coming in to your life and you're just reacting to what they're telling you or what they're doing. You're not controlling your day like that. But to control your day, you need to start to think. Thinking is very, very important. Another thing, if you don't have the money that you need, instead of saying, I don't have the money that I need, the government doesn't help me, my family doesn't help me, my friends don't help me, figure out how can you go and make the money? What do you know? What can you offer to the world that can get you paid for? That'll pay you for it, right? You need to start thinking differently. Think, guys, okay? Most people don't. And once you start to think, you start to see opportunities where people don't see them. And it just gets easier and easier and easier. And you start to see like there's money everywhere. All I have to do is think of a problem and then think of a solution. So, let's see. What are the problems out there in the world? There's a whole bunch of them. Even like the smallest things in people's homes. What do people use? What can make their life easier? Guys, they don't know what they want. So if you think of something and offer it to them and just show them something different, they may just want it. People don't know what they want, but if you show them something, it's like, oh, I actually want that. But first you gotta think. First, you got to think of a solution, find the problem, and then you'll see how everything changes, guys. Because what happens there is the problems in your life, you start to think of solutions. This blaming game, I mean, how far did it get you? Go ahead, blame everybody you want, because they're not going to change your life, okay? They're not going to give you your money. They're not going to make you rich. They're not going to make you healthy. How do you do it? You got to think. Think for yourself, because when you start to think, there's no competition, guys. Raise your frequency and you're going to see that there's so many opportunities and not enough people to actually take advantage of those opportunities. Guys, think. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.